Hi, I'm Darren and welcome to New Factory Classics. Today we're going to do a spoiler-free review of Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver. Now this movie is a direct sequel to Part 1 that came out on Christmas of last year. It picks up right after the end of the first movie. If you haven't seen it, I recommend watching my breakdown. Overview. This movie is about the small town of Velt standing up against the Imperium, and at the end of the first movie, they were recruiting a lot of heroes to help them fight. Now, the Imperium is an intergalactic military force, but they've expanded so large they don't have enough grain to feed their own people. So they are forcing Velt and other towns like Velt all over the Imperium to give them grain. So Korra must lead a small band of warriors to go against a dreadnought that the Imperium has sent to take them over. Characters. Korra is played by Sofia Boutella. She is the leader of the rebels, and this movie goes much deeper into her past. The villain is played by Ed Skrein. Atticus Noble is taking the dreadnought to take over the town of Velt. Jimmy the Robot is voiced again by Anthony Hopkins. He is the best character in the movie, and just like the first movie, he's barely in it. Captain Titus is played by Diamond Hansu, and more than anyone else in this movie, he kicks a lot of ass. Visuals and sound. The war scenes in this movie are pretty good. When bullets hit metal in this, there's some sort of plasma melting that happens, and it looks really cool. The somber first half of this film is filled with light and shadows, and it really plays off of the mood. The sound is fine for the war scenes, but I wouldn't say there was a memorable soundtrack at all. Length of the movie. While this movie wasn't too long, clocking in just under 2 hours, it still felt like half of a film. I either feel like more should have been added to this movie, or it should have just been combined with Part 1. Overall, I actually enjoyed Part 2 way more than Part 1, but it still felt like an AI version of Star Wars. It's unfortunate, but I can see why Disney turned down the original movie when Zack Snyder presented it as a new Star Wars spin-off. There's a rumor online that Zack Snyder wants to make 2 or 3 more of these, but I don't think it's needed. Final score, 6 out of 10. I plan on making a full breakdown in the next few days that'll go scene by scene for this film. For more reviews and breakdowns of movies, keep watching New Factory Classics.